There is absolutely no need to worry about your specific person manifestation right now because your reality is only displaying or showing previous states. So if right now you're not seeing the movement that you want with your specific person, it's all about changing the state now to see it in the future. And I say future in that way because the future and the past technically don't exist. It's all within our mind. But so right now, I want you to think about your manifestation in the same way that you would think about your body weight or your bank account balance. And this is such an awesome metaphor, and it's going to totally change the way that you view your manifestation. Because manifestation is kind of lagging, right? Like your external reality right now is almost a product, like I mentioned, of previous states, previous beliefs, and previous ideas, right? Because that's that old state. And as Neville Goddard would say, we need to let go and die of that old state and move into the new in order to see a change in everything happening around us. And that is why I mentioned think of your specific person manifestation in the same way that you think of body weight or your bank account balance. Neither of those is from your current state of your body weight or your bank account. It has nothing to do with what you're doing at the current moment. Like the physical representation of it has nothing to do with what you're doing now. It's what you did previously. And so then to change that is then what we interpret and bring to now. What we're doing now is putting us either in the new state or reiterating the old state. And you would never think about your body weight or your bank account balance. You'd never be like, if you're awesome, you love them, you're like, yes, I know for a fact that my previous state, my previous beliefs supported this. But let's say your bank account balance doesn't show exactly what you want. Just because it says $22.22 in it, you would never say, oh, this means that I can never manifest money because right now it shows I have no money. You would never say that. Literally, you'd be like, Kyle, that sounds insane. And me being your friend, I'd be like, that's the most insane thing to ever come out of your mouth. And you would say the same thing to me if I said that. I'd be like, oh, I only have $22. I could never have $23. And you'd be like, Kyle, are you crazy? Like, of course you can. So why do we do it with our specific person manifestation? We think right now, I don't have what I want, so it's impossible. Are you guilty of this? Because I've been guilty of this before. But we think that just because, again, think of your bank account. Just because it's showing that right now doesn't mean you can't change it in this current moment for this perceived future or change the state and then have that reflect back at you. And the same thing is with your specific person. Just because your specific person isn't blowing up your phone right now doesn't mean they can't be. I even made courses literally called Your Specific Person's Blowing Up Your Phone. So we know that it 100% can be done. So the trick then is, why are we feeling this way? And it's because we're lacking that belief. But again, it's all about changing the state now. Quit thinking just because your reality isn't showing it that you can't do it. Because I've had so many people, how do I do this? How do I get this thing if my reality is showing the opposite? How do I manifest my specific person if they're not texting me? How do I manifest my specific person if they're not calling me? And that's like saying, how do I make $1 million if I don't have $1 million in my bank account? And I know you're probably laughing at this too now, but you're like, that's what we're thinking. And we're like, why do we think that way? And it's because we do have, a little anxiety or worry, because manifesting our specific person is something we really, really want and would love to do. So that's why we have this worry about it. But again, I can't tell you how many people think and believe that, and maybe we're one of them right now, that's okay, thinking that our external reality displaying something means we can or cannot have what we want. Because if you were to say that, again, I always love this concept of the bank account. If you just say, because I have $22 in my bank account, I can't have 23 and I can't ever have more, it would be the most insane idea that you'd be like, oh yeah, I actually make that every week. Like every other paycheck, you're going to make hopefully more than $22. As a friend, if you're not making more than $22, maybe get a different job, right? But that's how we feel with our SP, right? We think right in this current moment, I'm not getting what I want. Even if we had the call, the text, the abundance, the dates, right? We've all had that. And we think, oh, just because at this current moment I don't have it, that I can't get it. But that's literally crazy thinking. So the trick is to remember, again, the current external state of your reality is only from previous thoughts, beliefs, assumptions, and states. So then your current state right now is for this next moment in time. I know I say that it's a way to visualize it. Really, there is no time, but the next moment in time, that'll make it really much more easier to understand. Your current state is for what you are producing, not what you have made. So if you are harvesting crops, again, what you have is from past seasons, right? It's from what you just harvested. It's from the work you did before, the state you got in before. And so if we grew corn and we want to start growing tomatoes, we can't say, oh, because I grew corn all the time, I can't grow tomatoes. You would start planting different seeds, right? So right now, with our specific person, we can start planting different seeds and start fertilizing it, the new thoughts, the new assumptions. If your specific person isn't blowing up your phone, start planting the new seeds that they are, right? It's all about assuming and feeling as if you already have it. And so think of the harvest. What we are planting, we are harvesting. And if right now your harvest wasn't as great as you wanted it to be, then you would start planting more seeds. You wouldn't say, oh, because I harvested this, that's all that could ever happen. It doesn't make sense because the new season is going to come. Every moment you are harvesting what you have previously planted and fertilized and grown in the ground. But really, remember, I know I mentioned this idea of seasons. It doesn't technically have to take a long time, right? That's just a metaphor, because in this state is your whole season. This current moment of now is the entire season and the entire harvest. So if you right now start planting seeds, literally today, if you started today planting new seeds, thinking, how would I act? How would I assume? How would I feel in my end state? Plant those seeds. You're going to see a total different harvest by today in the way people act. Your assumptions, your thoughts, your feelings, all of those are going to begin to change, and you're going to be harvesting something that more resembles your new tomatoes that you want to harvest rather than the corn. I don't know if you guys like tomatoes, put it down in the comment section below. Would you be a harvester of corn or tomatoes? Is the same concept of, do you want to be a harvester of, not that corn is being single, a harvester of someone who is single, or the specific person's blowing up their phone. It's all as easy as that, truly. So again, remember, look at your reality. Your current state is like your body weight to your bank account balance. It's not from something you're doing now. It's from previous states. The harvest is what you did, the state you put in before to harvest what you did right here and right now. So hopefully you guys liked it. Hopefully you guys are putting down below your favorite corn or you tomato gang or corn gang. Put it down below, as long as any questions on this, or if you were like, that was a great idea. I would always love to hear the support down below about some of these metaphors and ideas, because I love to hear your feedback. Again, if you did have any personal questions or stuff about your own manifestation, you can always head over to kyleaugustcoaching.com for more personal message. You can send me, just go to contact, and then you can talk directly to me through email. Thank you guys so much, or thank you so much for stopping by today. I'm so glad that I want you to start thinking about what you're harvesting, okay? Can you do that for me? And then leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.